Hey tribe, welcome back to the channel. Let's check in. Let's see what you may expect happening next week and a half. As usual, pile 1 is on your left, pile 3 is on your right. If you need some more time, stop it right here and I'll catch you in timestamps. Hey group 1 people, let's see what can you expect next week and a half. From the El Goliath deck, we have the Ace of Wands. And from Rebecca Campbell's deck, we have the Surrender to the Sweetness. Venus energy, pleasure. It goes really well with the Ace of Wands. Pleasure, joy, make love to life. First thing that's coming through here for me is a lot of you will want to focus on going on dates, experiencing the goodness of life, having a really nice meal. If you hear anything in the background, by the way, I have a kitten who is eating right now. Others of you, you're going to feel very sexually driven. You'll want to explore, you'll want to experiment, you'll want to focus on the romance, you'll want to go on dates with your loved one or with new people if you are single. It's about, I'd sum it up, it's about food, exploring the food as well as exploring your sexuality. That is the main thing that is coming through in this pile. Anything that brings you joy is where your focus lies. And I feel like some of you have events planned or dates planned, dinner planned with someone. If not yet, you may expect it happening next week and a half. Wherever you're going, I'm seeing you being surrounded by really sweet people, those who are in touch with their heart. I'm hearing compassion and empathy. So you're choosing your tribe very wisely as well next week. And you don't need many people around you. It could be a couple of people and you create this beautiful ambience. From those gatherings or those meetings or time together, ideas might come to surface. Something specifically connected to your passion. You may talk to someone about what you are planning to do, but maybe you didn't know how to execute it just yet. And just having that conversation is going to inspire you. Inspiration is a big deal next week and a half. Let's pull more cards and let's see what else. The deck that I'm going to be using is Super Lunaris Tarot. Let's talk a little bit more about this energy. You are tending to the pleasures of life next week. We have Temperance. If anyone had any health issues, it feels like you are healing, or you're finding a best way of providing healing to the self. We have the Four of Cups. Some of you may say no to one particular way of treatment. Especially if someone is struggling with mental health or struggles from anxiety, anything like that. I'm seeing you saying no to one particular way of treating yourself and you choosing a different direction. And it feels like it's because you know that that's not going to be good for your body, or that's not going to help you the way someone says it's going to help you. When it comes to health, you know what to do best. Go to a professional and listen to your gut at all times. What is your body telling you that it needs? Communicate with your body directly. And we have the Chariot. Again, it feels like you're focused on spending time with those who are loyal. And there's this such strong presence of loyalty next week and a half. I really feel like if you felt trapped lately in your head or in your routine, it would be a great choice to experience something that you haven't experienced for a long time. Say going on a trip, going on a date, going to that restaurant you always wanted to go, or trying something new with a lover. Or going on a date if you haven't been on one for a long time, even if you are in partnership. People forget about dates once they are in partnerships, in long-term partnerships. So having that as a tradition every week would be a great thing. What is the highlight of the next week and a half? What's important to know? What's important to know? Nine of Cups, that does not surprise me. The Star. The Ace of Cups, wow. You have very light energy next week, week and a half. Six of Pentacles. I'm also going to be pulling a card from the Steampunk Keeper. What is this dream come true connected to? What is this dream come true connected to? It's a very easy flowing week, especially emotionally speaking. I'm also hearing an easy ride. What is this connected to? We have work occupation. And we have journey. So we talked about taking a trip. If that's something that you wanted to do, the doors are open, I'm hearing. The doors are open. Go ahead. Go ahead. You are ready to move forward. For others of you, this dream come true is connected to your finances, connected to your career. Something that you wanted to bring into your life or something that you were trying to manifest. It is coming to fruition. Specifically, I'm seeing for some of you, you are getting what you deserve when it comes to bonus. Maybe you're going to be given a bonus, or you're going to receive a sum of money from someone else. This is being handed to you. But it's not because you were sitting back and doing nothing. You were actively, we have a couple of work and occupation cards in the Steampunk Keeper deck, and this one is hands-on type of card. You were hands-on. You were trying to do better. You were investing your time and energy into what you wanted work-wise, and you're receiving the feedback next week, week and a half. Yeah. I split the deck. We have high honors. If you're waiting for any important document to come your way or for results, those results will be good. You will be pleased with the outcome of the results. I'm also seeing a partnership that is going to be important. Someone that you're very close with, someone who feels like home to you, and that partnership may somehow elevate you. Let's see what to watch out for. Is there anything that you need to watch out for next week, week and a half? Anything to watch out for? Bottom of the deck, we have the World. Okay, now, when taking opportunities or when investing in someone or something, investing your money, time, and energy, your cards are saying listen to your gut because you may have a choice to make. I'm seeing a couple of options for you. Listen to what your soul, with the Judgment card, is telling you is right to do. Tap into your heart, because I'm seeing a situation where someone has proposed a couple of options. Someone has a couple of options and they cannot decide. One of them looks really good on paper, but the other one feels really good to them. I'd advise for you to go by the feeling, but you know what to do best. You can leave this advice out if you feel that it's not for you. Another thing to look at, what out of these two options, what makes you feel a little bit stiff? Listen to your body. Your body will be telling you what's the right way to go. And this is connected to partnerships. Would it be business partnerships? Would it be personal partnerships? It's saying choose wisely. Choose wisely. Choose using your intuition, your gut. Say if someone is struggling to decide if they want to choose partner A or partner B, ask yourself a question. What are you in need of right now? Not a year from now, not 5 years from now. What are you in need of right now? And which person can help you with that need right now? Okay? Anything else that we need to know about next week and a half? Three of Wands, Eight of Swords, and I want to pull a couple of cards from the tea leaf. I'm going to shuffle it off camera. I have it in a box because it's quite difficult. It's a round deck. We have bird, perched, waiting for news, package letter. That's exactly what's happening in Three of Wands. Waiting for something to be happening in the future. You are going to hear from someone that you wanted to hear from. Let's see. A little bit more. Cat, a two-faced friend. I feel like this is your past. I don't feel like it's in your energy anymore. If it is the next week and a half, you're going to see that this person is making you feel very confused. If there is anyone who's two-faced in your circle, this person will show up in a way, they'll show themselves where they will make you very confused for no reason. You'll be questioning yourself. You'll be like, I'm pretty self-reflective, but in this situation, I don't understand. Pay attention to how someone makes you feel. We have chain of events that will affect your life. Let's see in one way. In what way? Caterpillar, things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Oof. Changes. But for a lot of you, there's a change in your mental space, I'm getting. A change in your thinking. If you thought that you couldn't achieve something with the Eight of Swords, this is sometimes we lie to ourselves. We can't achieve this, or we cannot find a way out of a situation. Eight of Swords is a bit of a self-sabotage, right? And I'm being shown here that something is shifting within your mindset, that you understand, that you realize that you can do it. That something that was troubling you in the past will not continue. The end is coming to the struggle. Allow that chain to break if that's something that you desire. If you feel like you were attached to something for too long, or to a specific ideology that is not helping you anymore, allow it to break. I hope this made sense. If you need more content, find me on Patreon, and I'm going to catch you in the next one. Bye for now. Hey Tripal 2, let's see what's happening next week and a half. From the El Goliath deck, we have the Judgment, the Transcendence, and from the Rebecca Campbell's deck, we have Activated Earth, Power Places, Ley Lines, Trust Where You Led. Any of you have been resisting a change? And this change has something to do with your environment. See, if you look at the image in the Judgment card here, bears can't swim. This bear is freaking out. There was something that you were very afraid of, or something that will show up as in the form of fear next week and a half, that is somehow leading you towards enlightenment. Do not be afraid to face it. Do not be afraid to face it. We all have fears, but it's up to us to decide if we'll allow those fears to take charge of us. And I'm seeing a need of change in your environment. Some of you may notice it happening in little things. For example, you want to rearrange your furniture. You want to clean or reorganize your wardrobe. Some of you, you'll feel very drawn to a particular place, particular location, specific town or country or building will be calling your name. That feels like a soul's calling. There is something for you there to be experienced. purely energetically speaking. Now, I want to read the activated earth from the book. I don't always feel a need to do so, but whenever I do, I have to listen to my gut. Let's see. Maybe some of you have experienced that. You have been focusing or researching ley lands. Give me a moment. These are not numbers, so it takes me a minute. Page number 32 comes up to 5, change. Ley lines are invisible pathways on the land along which energy travels. They can be sensed when we tune into them with our subtle senses. Also known as spirit paths, they've been compared to the meridian system of the body used in Chinese medicine, and they link sacred sites, stone circles, burial mounds, and places of worship worldwide. In Australian Aboriginal culture, song lines were the paths traveled by the creator beings as they made the land and sea during the dreaming. These paths were recorded in the traditional songs and dances of people, allowing them to access information about the land's history to travel safely across great distances. Many believe that as we visit such sacred points on earth, something is activated within us, definitely with the judgment card here. Some also believe that by connecting with the land with devotion at these sacred places, something is activated within the planet too. Are you being called to travel to a sacred place that your soul remembers, or tend the land you live on? To honor and acknowledge the known and unknown keepers of nature's spirits of the land. As you connect with the earth and honor its keepers, the land opens up more fully to hold you. The fruits provide more nourishment, and the guardians watch over you. Now, if you have this in your plans already, you want to go to a particular place and tap into a particular building, maybe even a plant or a scenery, you will be receiving quite a lot of downloads. Look at how the light falls in both of these cards. Make sure before doing this, you are grounded enough so it doesn't become a chaotic experience. It becomes a flowy experience and it doesn't throw you off. Let's see what else. And look at the bubbles here. Look at how these two cards tie in together. There is something that you're channeling next week, week and a half. It may show up in the form of thought. You don't have to be actively doing this in order for this to come through. Say you're taking a walk and something hits you, like an idea, a suggestion, but it's going to be strong and it's going to be very valuable. Write it down. Do not forget about it. It's coming from a sacred place. Let's pull more cards. Let's see which deck we're using for you. I feel like I want the Tarot of the Angels. What's up next week? We're gonna have a Messenger, Page of Swords, King of Cups, Nine of Swords. Some of you are going to be receiving information in a dream state. Knight of Wands, and I want to clarify these cards. Page of Swords is clarified by the Five of Pentacles. King of Cups is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. Nine of Swords is clarified by the Four of Wands. The World is clarified by the Two of Wands. Knight of Wands is clarified by the Star. Bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Cups. It's all about connections. Next week, we're going to have connecting to one another or connecting to the land itself, or both. Now, you're going to receive news about... I don't want to say news. I want to say information. Would it be from the other? Would it be through a conversation, or would it be through a download? About a sense of loneliness, or a sense of you not being able to make it on your own. But the reality I'm being shown is slightly different here. You are not on your own. Maybe you thought that you had to do something on your own for a while. Next week, your cards are saying, no, that is not true. You are never alone, truly. I'm seeing you sensing something in a place where you live or in a place that you work at. Wherever this place is, that's where you spend a lot of time in. You're going to be very receptive of what is happening in that environment. And I'm, again, speaking energetically here. Because you're very tapped in with the King of Chalices, which is the King of Cups. You're able to see and sense what needs to be worked on, what you didn't maybe notice or didn't see before. And that's going to lead you to making a decision. And that decision is somehow connected to a wish or a dream that you have. Say, I want to go and I want to live in this location. Or I want to change something about my household. Or the best way in order for me to have or to buy this new home is this. It's ideas are coming through. If you wanted to move abroad, it feels like any doubts that you may have had are going to dissipate. You're actively focusing on your goals here with the Knight of Wands and the Star. You know what you want and you're going to get it. But what you're realizing that this future event that's going to make your dream come true requires you to look into the past a little bit more. Say, for example, what didn't work out for you in the past and why so? Being self-reflective. Or there is something that you have forgotten about in the past and it needs to be picked up and brought to the future. Something of value. Would it be an understanding? Would it be a way of doing things, a technique that you used to have that you have forgotten about? An idea that you're bringing into the present moment and it shows in the future. You're going to realize that there is something that needs to be looked at in the past. Did you have a pattern? Do you realize what kind of pattern you have and how that pattern affects your present moment? Do you want to change something about it? Is it somehow sabotaging your present moment? Is it somehow working against you? And this is not for many of you, but for some of you, this realization will take place. What is making you happy next week and a half? The Emperor, the Eight of Wands, the Five of Cups, the High Priestess, bottom of the deck, Nine of Cups. What's making you happy is understanding that you are in control of your desires. Maybe you thought that you needed to depend on someone to provide happiness to you or to provide something financially to you or to help you with your wish, with your dream. In this case, your cards are saying no. You realize that you had the power all along, but you had to tap into yourself more, to listen to what your gut has been telling you all along. Or to see what was keeping you in this mindset of I cannot do this, or I need someone else to give me either closure or give me a tool or to apologize to me. But your cards are saying you are the bearer of your happiness. You are the provider. You are in control in the situation. So you're tapping into the Emperor, discipline, order, and structure. This is the Emperor energy is very opposite from the Five of Cups. This is the victim mode, right? I cannot do this, or I need this to be provided to me, or I cannot overcome this issue because I depend on something. The Emperor goes, nah, I can do everything, but what I need to focus on is disciplining myself and being true to myself. Focusing on my power instead of focusing on what I'm not capable of, or focusing on a need for the power to come from somewhere else, or for happiness to come from somewhere else. And that's the highlight of your week and a half. A realization. A lot of you, if you felt disconnected in the past, you're coming back home, meaning you're coming back to yourself. Some of you may actually be coming back home to the place where it feels like home. It could be somewhere where you grew up, or it could be meeting a person who reminds you of home, which is sweet. If you need more content, find me on Patreon. I hope this is helpful. Thank you for coming back, and until the next one, try. Bye. Hey Palfrey, let's see what is happening next week and a half. From the El Goliath deck, we have Six of Pentacles, the Sacred White Scale Bull, and we have Earth School from Rebecca Campbell's deck. Life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. Right. For a lot of you, next week feels to be the week of growth, and specifically connected to your careers, to your finances, to your skills. I wouldn't be surprised if people were really drawn to going for a seminar, signing up for a class, focusing on their studies, on research, focusing on knowledge that somehow has a direct impact on your finances. And a lot of you are going to tap into the stubborn energy, which I really like. I really want to make this goal happen. And I'm not going to give up until I get there. So if you were lacking motivation or strength, next week it feels like you are full on. Some of you are also learning about patterns that you have connected to your finances. What do I do that affects me negatively in my finances or in my career? You're being very transparent with yourself. You're being very honest with yourself. What needs to change in order for me to do better? Am I spending too much? Do I know where my money goes? Do I know how much of it I earn and how much of it leaves my bank account? Do I know what I need to do in order to get the job that I want? Do I need to go for a course? Do I need to deepen my knowledge? Do I need to get more experience? That's the vibe of the next week and a half. A lot of you are very focused and you're very stubborn. And you're going to be rewarded for wanting to learn, for wanting to do better. If you had the same approach for a long time, or same technique, same structure for a long time, and you see it's not working for you, next week you want to explore, you want to experiment, you want to try new things and see what works best. I'm going to use the In-Between Tarot. I think it's going to be very applicable in this reading. What's happening next week and a half? You have the Hierophant, Death, Judgment. I think I had Judgment for all three piles, so this is a collective already message. expansion. You have the Tower. You have the Hangman on top of the Hierophant. You have the Four of Cups on top of Death. You have Judgment clarified by the Three of Coins. You have Ten of Swords. Oof, and a Tower. What is this about? Bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit. Let me tap into this. And I'll adjust you slightly. There are a couple of different stories here. I'm seeing someone knowing what they have to do in order to have more wealth or to be better in their career field. But they were resisting it for a really long time. And next week is when someone is being shown what they were doing wrong. And it may come through in the form of an argument. It may show up in a way where it's not really pleasant to look at, but that's the hard truth. I keep hearing I need to come back to school. Now, I don't know if this is an actual school or someone needs to take a look and review their relationship with money or what career field they're in and if that's something that they want to continue investing in. Your approach when it comes to a contract is slightly changing. Your idea of a contract is changing. Now, I don't want to focus all of this reading on the career because for some of you, your idea about a spiritual contract or about marriage, about relationship is changing. You're not accepting the same thing that made you sad before. You're not accepting. Okay, I hear it. You're not making the same mistake you made before that somehow has hurt you. I keep hearing I'm not doing this anymore. I've realized what kind of partnership, collaboration, teammate I want. And I want to have it better than what I've witnessed before in my past. I want to do better. I want stronger teammates. I want stronger collaborations. I want to work in a better team. And the sky is opening up here. So you're going to have an idea or sudden with a Tower realization. What part of you isn't helping you to achieve what you want? And for some people, it may not be rainbows and unicorns and very fun, but it's going to be necessary. Okay, after this realization, what's happening next? Page of Cups. I love this Page of Cups. Magic in the air. Nine of Coins. Oosh. Knight of Wands. And Justice. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Wands. Give me a sec. I'm hearing someone having a conversation with themselves or with the other. I'm not a child anymore. I have learned so much. And now I understand how to use my expertise and my experience in order for me to move forward in life. You're also showing up as a very independent individual, money-wise. But ask yourself a question. I don't want you to look at this in black and white terms only. Have you become, some of you, have you become too independent to the point where you have forgotten how to ask for help? Or to collaborate with someone who may have the skill that you don't have? And you can exchange those skills together. You provide something to them and vice versa. Others of you, you were dependent on someone else. Look at the Three of Coins in this deck. You were dependent on someone else to provide to you for a long time. And what's happening next week and a half, you're being shown what changes need to happen. Or maybe someone was dependent on you and you knew that it wasn't good anymore. It's not supposed to be that way. Someone needs to grow up. What is making you happy next week and a half? What's the highlight? Again, the Five of Wands keeps coming back. King of Coins and the Five of Cups. What's making you happy that you're not choosing misery anymore? Literally, that's what I heard. I'm not choosing to be miserable anymore. I'm choosing to learn. I'm choosing to grow. And this is competitive energy right here. Competitive action that brings you fruit of labor. If someone was moaning and we're in this victim mindset that I need to be provided this, or if this doesn't happen, this doesn't change, then I cannot achieve what I want. Why don't you cards are saying go and make the changes? It's almost as if you're taking control in your hands in order for you to achieve your goal in your career. I'm also hearing I'm not waiting around anymore. Yeah, you have enough power and strength to walk that path. Where's that path leading you? Again, learning keeps coming through here. For a lot of you, your cards are advising you next week to focus on learning. Pick up a book, book a seminar, call people who have information that you need, learn from one another. Maybe someone was so stuck up that I know what I'm doing, and they didn't take on board anyone else's advice, and they kept getting the same results over and over and over, but they wanted more. Learn. Magician, yes. Experiment, practice, focus on your magic. Split deck, we have the Empress. That's gonna bring much stronger contracts into your life. Would it be work contracts? Would it be partnerships in general? If anyone needs help, I split the deck, we have the Five of Coins. In this deck, we see the woman's refugee. If anyone needs financial help, pick up the phone and call people who have information about that, or who can advise you on what's the best way. Don't sit in the shadows. Do not hide yourself from the world and stay in the mindset that I'm defeated. You're not defeated unless you think you are. Yeah, split the deck, we have the Emperor taking charge of a situation. because there's something that other people may learn from you. After someone goes through difficulties, turmoil, inner battle in order to understand how to do better or what's the best way to achieve what they want, it feels like that struggle is going to be a lesson or is going to be a very valuable piece of info for other people. Would it be people in your circle or people on the internet if you're going to share your story? So if you need more content, find me on Patreon. I hope this helped and this was beneficial. And until the next time, tribe. Bye for now.